Hey guys, good afternoon. It's Saturday afternoon and we're out for a bike ride on the campus of George Washington University, where it's pretty all darn quiet. Yeah, I mean, all the students have left. We've got the prospective students coming around taking tours and stuff like that, you know, buying the t-shirt, seeing if this is a good fit for them. A lot of you have been sending me emails or questioning me on Twitter. What's up with the fence at the White House? There's a new fence at the... Wait a second. There's actually a change to the fence here. Hang on a second. So this is the Riot fence they put up at George Washington University. And apparently it's going to be so permanent that they actually added the name George Washington University into the metalwork. See it right above the gate there? That's ridiculous. Hang on, let's go up this curb. This is the U yard. This is where they had their Palestine protests, and they've added the name right into the fence. So they've got this fence that can pop up even higher if need be, can come down, just in case they want to seal up this place. Along those same line of thinking, we now have a Riot fence up around the White House. And it went up last night. Though if you saw my video the other day, I kind of hinted at it, because we saw them pulling in rental forklift trucks were showing up at the White House. Let's head down there. It's only a couple blocks from George Washington's campus, and we'll take a look at what the fence looks like today. All right, we're down on Pennsylvania Avenue. You see the enhanced security measures are still up. They've been up all week, and that's this squad car that's just sitting here waiting for trucks to be told they can't go this way, because trucks are not allowed to go the way. Off in the distance, you can see the great big flag. Where is it? Over there? Where is it? Gimbal's being silly. There it is. The great big flag that Trump put up it was about 10 days ago. And there's one on the south side as well. Go by it up closer here in a minute. Oh, good Lord. People and their horns. Here we've got the fence up, and we've got a camera crew out here filming the fence. Oh God, it's not that big a deal, guys. As you can see, it's open. All right. Some of you ask, why do you ride your bike on the sidewalk here? And that's because the police won't let us ride on the street. They literally say, get on the sidewalk, don't go down the street. On the other side, we can ride on the street, the other side of the White House, but down here, we just have to ride on the sidewalk. All right, let's cut through these folks. So we did have a Riot fence up on 17th. We don't have it here, unless it's over around the park. It could be around, yeah, it's around the park. Let's go over to Lafayette Park. Hey, that's Rick for Dictator. We were asking about him the other day. We hadn't seen him in a while up on Capitol Hill. And I guess he's moved to greener pastures down here at the White House. All right, so looks pretty normal out here, kind of same stuff you see all the time. We do have a fence way over there at the other side on H Street. We'll go take a look at that. Oof, it is hot. It's like 90 degrees right now. And of course it's humid. Trump just got back from golfing. He was golfing all morning. He got back about 4 o'clock, 3:30. Let's go over to the fence down here. Another curb. Hang on. Ugh, chunk. And we made it up the curb. So we do have Riot fence up here in Lafayette Park. Kind of the, they put in this little curved area here so people can still get a closer view of the White House despite them having the fence up. And so they can go to that, what used to be the bathroom. But yeah, now I would note there's no big jersey barriers on the back of the fence today. They didn't think this was going to be one that requires the big heavy cement barriers to prevent people from flipping the fence over. This was just sort of a moderate thing. All right, let's go down to 14th Street. I'd be surprised if they put it up on 14th, but they might have. They might have. There's the Lafayette statue. This is Lafayette Park or Square, after all. Scooters. We'll go behind that. Yeah, they got some fence down here. I don't know if they did the whole thing though. Let's go take a look. We'll go down around the south side too. If it was a big deal, they would have stood on the south side. But sometimes they just do until like the fence line. Guitar man. The American Dream Experience. I wonder if this is open yet. The Milken Center for Advancing the American Dream. Okay. Okay, so we've got fences on 14th Street too. Again, without the Jersey barrier. This one actually looks like they put it backwards. I always thought the bigger part went in the back. I wonder if they did put it backwards. Maybe they didn't. Let's see how far down it goes. I don't think they did all of the ellipse. That would be a fence too far. Look at that, the light changed for me. That's the Hotel Washington. It's an old school hotel. The roof of that has an amazing view. You guys can go up there and have drinks after sunset or something. It's a nice place to visit. Another green light. Alrighty. Yeah, they did take the fence down here to what used to be E Street. You know, in the old days, you could drive across this road here. It was much nicer. You could cut from one end of the city to the other on this little E Street. People would drive like bats out of hell, though. They'd go really fast down the street.
Oh, I thought we were going that way.
All right. So we've got the fence up. Yeah, it's spoiled everyone's view. How annoying is that? That's just right in the grass. Sidewalk is smaller. Trucks that do nothing are doing nothing. I guess that's the way it should be. Oh, I'm going to show you that over there in a second after we go take a look at the south lawn. Kerchunk.
Another brown guy's name is Ritesh.
Yeah, they put it all the way across. So everybody's photo, if you visited Washington this weekend, your photo of the White House has got the big ugly fence in the way. Such is life. This is where the national Christmas tree goes. It used to be a living tree, but it just kept dying. So now they put in a dead tree. And I'm not sure they're going to replace it or they just keep doing dead trees. Probably easier to do dead trees. All right, there's the south lawn. All right, let's slide over here. Oof. Okay, so we got our photo of the fence. I file photos of the fences so many times. I don't think anyone knows. Hey, I wanted to point this out. Look at all these people walking on the national ellipse. This is a first. This is a first in a couple of years. Why? Because in the last few years, they put up a chain link fence that ran across the national ellipse here, blocking the way for pedestrians to cut to the monuments to the White House. And just last week or so, they removed it. Finally. It's been kind of a sore point for walkers and stuff. You had to go all the way around. You can still see, where's it? Right here, yeah? Kind of right here, yeah. See right here where they had like the fence post. Oh, there's a fence post. There's a fence post. There was a fence post. Yeah, they got like divots in here. Now the next thing I got to deal with is this crap. All right, the Park Service, they're kind of treating this like, you know, your neighbor who has like 10 abandoned cars in his front yard. Yeah, that's kind of what the Park Service has done to the White House ellipse grounds. They've been parking this crap here since, well, before COVID, yeah? They turned this into just like, you know, a storage yard for light industrial machinery. It's supposed to be the nation's front yard. Yeah, it's supposed to be the president's park. But the Park Service is like, oh, just leave the tractor there. Yeah, nobody will notice. Yeah. That's pretty annoying. A lot of DC folks have actually called out the Park Service for just being dumb and making a mess there. All right, where are we gonna go? Let's go back this way. You know, we haven't eaten yet today. Let's work on that. So up over there, you see all those green forklifts. Those are the fence company's rental forklifts. That's what they use to put the thing out very quickly, and that's what they're going to use to lift it up pretty quickly. They just sort of left them on the sidewalk. Now, a lot of you are probably saying, Penguin, yeah, this is great, it's a fence, but why? Why is there a fence here? All right, well, my channel is about show, not tell. I don't try to tell you guys what's going on. Unfortunately, there's one thing I can't show you, and that's the press release from an organization called ANSWER. ANSWER was planning to have a protest here at the White House today to protest Iran and Gaza, etc. Now, they've got a bit of a history of being a little bit rough in their protests. So the Secret Service in their forces, Park Police, whatever, they decided, you know what, this is one of those protests that we should put up a fence for. So they threw up a fence. And then late last night, we got an email, press release, saying, protest is canceled. Yeah, there's a ceasefire in Iran. We're not going to mobilize today. So they built a fence and no one came. Such is life. I suspect we'll see this fence come down in the next 24, 48 hours. Unless they got a bargain deal and they want to just keep it up for the 4th of July. Because, you know, what's that, 6 days away? Maybe they got like a discount. We'll see. Okay, we're back up on Pennsylvania. We're going to cut across. Kind of thinking maybe pizza today, just because it's easy and I haven't had pizza in like 48, 72 hours. Which could be an issue. Ice cream man. Oh no, it's like some sort of Mexican ice cream. Oh, we do have a protester. One. Good thing we put the fence up. Two protesters. All right. No other protests. Let's see if there's one up in DuPont Circle right now, but I think it's a pro-Shah Iran protest. Not sure. A lot of the Shah's top advisors moved to the DC area. In fact, I think some of his family even moved here. I can't get out that way because of the fence. We gotta go this way. Back on the sidewalk. That's Rick for dictator. He's got a big sign saying Rick for dictator. He wants to be elected dictator. Used to be up on the Hill. He's one of the regulars. I've seen him for a couple of years. All right, let's get out of this running over anyone. Always tricky. On my right, that's the World Bank building, the World Bank headquarters. The World Bank has basically a campus here of a couple buildings. And then next to it is one of the IMF buildings. There's two IMF headquarters. IMF headquarters and IMF headquarters 2. That's headquarters 1. Actually, kerchunk. Headquarters 2 is just down the street there past that. This is a State Department building. This is where you go to get your passport. Same day passport service. It's really quite nice. Costs a lot of money, but you don't have to wait around for the mailman to deliver your passport. This is a church that still has German masses twice a month. German services. This is where John Philip Sousa was baptized. Kind of cool. And back on the campus of George Washington University, the mighty Revs. Though they used to be known as the Colonials, now they're known as the Revolutionaries or something like that, or the Revs. Whatever. Let's drop this bike. Okay, guys, let's go get a basic burger. We haven't been over here in a while. We're in Pentagon City area, just next to the Pentagon. Though there is one of these now in DC. I should go to that one. I just think the parking out here is easier. Burger time. I added green stuff so I can be healthy. Okay guys, that's a Saturday little special video for you. You might see me again tomorrow. It might be a few days. I'm not quite sure my schedule, but we'll be back soon with a little surprise. All right, see you then.